Hi, in this video, I will talk about what it took me to get to 500 subscribers. I know it's not a lot, but I think it's worth sharing some steps and some internal battles and mindset shifts and some personal struggles because I think to the road to 100 and to 500 it's a bit harder because you get to learn so many new skills. For some people, maybe others are already into creating, but I'm talking about starting from zero when you don't have any skill about editing, about talking, about showing up. So, this is what I want to share here, and I will cover two aspects. One is the skill set, and another one is the mind and feelings, like all of this, which I think is so important because these things are the ones that are holding you for not going faster and not taking that step and not believing in yourself. And sometimes you don't realize that. Sometimes you think like, yeah, of course I can do this, I can do that, but then what's going on here in your heart, in your feelings, or here, your mind is trying to sabotage you in many ways, not even talking about personal life and the other things going on there. So, yeah, I think it's really important to know this once too. So, let's start with the beginning, let's say. I started this YouTube channel 1.5 year ago. And I will be honest, I wasn't too consistent. As everybody say, you have to be very consistent. You have to be posting every single week or like twice a week or once in 2 weeks. So it's like some kind of consistency. But at first, it was really hard to do that. First, I didn't know which format to choose. So do I do just the long form videos or I do also short form videos? Doing both at once, it can be a bit overwhelming. Learning to edit, it's not hard, of course, to press the cut and to merge the two videos or just to choose that small part of a video that you wanted or the one that you don't want it. But it takes time and like it takes a long time to make it somehow at the beginning. And it's a bit frustrating because you're expecting it to be a bit faster and you want to make more videos. So you are being picked up by the algorithm and you show that you are ready, you are here, you are showing up. But then when you see that one video it takes you so long, it becomes frustrating. Yeah, so this is one of the things to choose one format and to see what's the actual thing that I want to do. I didn't even have clarity. Like I said, I want to do YouTube, but I'm not too sure what am I doing. And as many tutorials as you watch or the vision inside your head you have maybe, but when it comes to bringing it to life, it takes longer and it gets more complicated. First, you think, oh, I'll just put this title. And then you see that you have barely any views, and you think, oh, it might be the title. Or, okay, the description, I need to make a description there because it's the keywords. Or you need to write the hashtags or maybe hooks. Like all of this information, it keeps you a bit stuck because it's a lot of new things that you need to take care at once. And at the beginning, it's a bit overwhelming. And it seems like in your head it's like so much happening, but when you start doing it, it's like I can't do this or I can't do that. And when you start posting or you start making just one video, I remember my first one or two long form videos. It took me so long to make. So I had to prepare, yeah, because I do crochet videos and like it's a tutorial where I need to think of the design and I need to think of the steps, like which step will be very important. If I do the whole, if I film the whole process, like the whole, let's say I'm making a small bag. If I film the whole thing, it might take like many minutes. Will watch that? I don't really know. Well, now let's see what I'm gonna say in this video. What is important? I personally like to watch and I don't always listen everything because I'm a visual learner if when it comes to something to make manual, yeah. So for me it was like, oh, what the other person will take from this video. And I know it's also simple and maybe for some people it's like well, of course, we need to know how it is made, but when you make it from a creator point of view, when you are mostly consuming content, it's a bit hard to make that shift because you are consuming and you have another mindset. Like you are already seeing the finished product. And when you look to make it, you don't really know all the steps, like everything. And then when you look at your product, you see what that something is missing, that it doesn't look like other creators' videos, and you are thinking like, okay, I already did so much. What else do I need to do? Anyway, what I'm saying is like it takes a lot of things to learn and to implement that at first it's overwhelming and it's so much better just to be okay to make ugly videos or to make whatever you can at that moment and not to think too much of the outcome. Yeah, you do your best with what you can at that moment, but don't get too upset mm, and hard on yourself because you are learning. Like I know that my videos can be so much better, but at the moment this is what I can give, and I'm working and learning to make them better. And here comes another part, the internal battles, because this is a creation process. Yeah, it's not only the hard part, like um, the technology part. Here also is the internal. When you create something, you usually express yourself. And a lot of the times, here comes the self development process and what is going on in your life. So, if you are going through some struggles, it's so much harder to make something and to create something because those things are on your subconscious mind and it keeps you stuck in some ways, and also it keeps you you are with a lower energy as well. Not even to say about fear of being seen, fear of being judged. They are there because you if you never done this before, they can come out of nowhere and you find yourself thinking like, oh, what what if somebody will tell me this or that or whatever. So those thoughts are real, and as simple maybe as it sounds, the more you do, the less you care, or maybe not even care, but the more you are becoming confident, because you do have to care about what you are making. Like, you are making content that helps somebody, or you just make it for yourself. So, in a way, you do need feedback, but it shouldn't be followed by fear, not from the fear perspective. So, feedback is good, but not when uh, you are thinking that you are judged, or mm, yeah, when you have any fear. Another thing is content needs to be taken serious. So if you start a YouTube channel and you want to take it to be your full-time job, then it needs to be taken as a job, not as a hobby. For most of us who we are just starting out, things like what we are sharing on YouTube are maybe some of our hobbies or interests. So it's easy to be in that kind of mindset when we think of it as a hobby. But when you have this mindset that this is just a hobby, then what happens with a hobby? You are doing it when you feel like it. And guess what? Life happens, and many times you don't feel like it. You are so tired. Your child is jumping everywhere, and you think like, okay, today I don't have time. But the reality is, you need to make time, and you need to make yourself feel like it in order to finish the project. So you change this mindset, you shift the mindset that this is a job, a serious job. Of course, you work for yourself, and the results will follow, for some people faster, for some slower. But for me, when I took this more serious, that's when happened this energy shift as well. When I said, okay, now I am the creator, so I need to become that. And I'm not a becoming, I am already it. And when I knew that this is already part of my identity, this is what I need to do. And sometimes, even when you don't feel like it, you find ways to make yourself feel like it doing it, because you need to finish a project. So, like, sometimes I do procrastinate when I need to edit something. But one of my tips is, okay, I will do this only for 5 minutes. And then it gets better. And at first, I think even first year, it was so hard to do the edit. But I did train my brain to like it, and I found that some ways where I could film so I could help myself making the editing easier and faster. So it's really how fast we are learning and how we are able to overcome those moments when you don't like doing something, but even the difference is between you don't like to do it, or you are just not, or your nervous system is not happy about it because it's so many new things, is that you talk kindly to yourself with love, and you know that this is for you, because you do want it. It's just the process becomes sometimes frustrating because it's a lot of skills and it's a lot of internal battles, and it's a bit hard for your nervous system. So of course it's not for everyone, but here comes the question: is this something you want to do, like really, or you like just to. So you need to get first uncomfortable to become comfortable. And this is how it is. And sometimes, yeah, you might not like doing it, but I knew that this is something that I do like to do it. And the not liking part, it's mostly caused by lots of new things. And of course, by taking care of other stuff like family and child and household. So it's a lot, of course. But we, I know that it's worth it and I do like it and I want to take this to another level and I want to evolve. So, yeah, now I finally have more clarity on where I want to go with the content creation. And creating at first tutorials was for me so useful. Like my first video, I didn't even know how to talk and do the crochet at the same time. It was so weird. It's like, okay, what do I say here? And like I was so much in my mind that it's even funny, like to think about it. But yeah, and also at first, so now my child is at school. But when I just started, my child was at home almost the whole day. Like he barely had a few hours at nursery. So I was also having other things to do. And like when you do a crochet video, especially tutorial, there is so much time you need to prepare and to make that piece of video. And I didn't have a system because at first you don't even know what you need to do. But then with time you do realize, okay, how do I structure my day and my filming process and my project so I could make it in the most time saving way. Yes, so then it becomes natural. So yeah, one thing I want to say as an exercise, if you maybe just starting out or you are in a hard moment of creating, is to take some deep breaths and to really imagine yourself being already that person that you want to become and to really feel it with all your heart and your mind, and so shift your identity. Yeah, take some deep breaths, imagine yourself already being there. Let's say if where you want to become, maybe not from now until not mm, 5 years from now, but maybe 6 months from now. Imagine what that person will feel like and how you will be, and feel it. You are already that person. If you think of it as it will be someday, then it will come much slower. Instead, do this little exercise daily for a few minutes, and it will really shift your mind. And take that identity. Don't be afraid to become. You are already who you want to become, and believe in it. Be kind to yourself and talk with love to yourself. That's very, very important for your nervous system.